Bonjour, voici vidéo 4G sur les pronoms d'objet multiples. We have already seen that when you're replacing more than one object pronoun, there's a specific order that the pronouns must appear in the sentence. And that order is maintenez-vous, devant le lait, devant lui leur, devant I, devant un. Devant just means before. Let me just throw that in there. We just did that preposition, right? In your book it says précède, precedes. Same thing. We'll do précède on this one since I started writing it. But it's also devant. So that means that if you have more than one object pronoun to be replaced in a sentence, this is the order that you're going to follow. And where is it going to go? For the most part, it's going to go right in front of the verb. If there's more than one verb, it'll go in front of the infinitive. We talked about this in class, so hopefully that's ringing a bell for you. Let's look at exercice O. And well, there's 10 of them. There's quite a few, but I think it'll be good to do these all together to get a good feel for how this works. So keep your little chart handy as you do this so that you can check the order as you're doing these exercises. Exercice O. Répondez aux questions en remplaçant les objets directs et indirects par le pronom qui convient. That says answer the questions by replacing the indirect and direct object pronouns by the indirect and direct objects by the pronouns that qui convenable, that are appropriate. Let's put it that way. Modèle. Est-ce que Marie donne le cadeau à sa sœur? Does Marie give the gift to her sister? So we have le cadeau, direct object pronoun, replaced by le. And we have à sa sœur, indirect object pronoun. That's à and a person, so we get lui. That's the order that they appear in according to our chart. So we answer the question, yes, elle, le, lui, donne. Well, it's in the book. I guess I didn't need to write it up here. She gives it to her. The translation isn't going to work out real well on these because there's so many objects in there, but that's what you're saying. She gives it to her. Okay, let's try these together. Numéro 1. Est-ce que maman donne des bonbons aux enfants? So our first task is to figure out what can we replace. And then what do we replace them with? And finally, what order do they go in? So what can we replace? Well, we have des bonbons and we have aux enfants. Des bonbons would be the partitive construction, so we could replace that with un. And aux enfants, that's to the kids. So we've got à and people, that would be leur. What order do they go in now? From the chart up above, we see that this is actually first and this is second. So when we write these in the sentence, we're going to switch their order. So to answer the question, yes, maman, we're going to go with elle, takes up less room. Maman leur en donne. Mother gives some to them. I was going to say mother gives them to them, but that doesn't sound very good in English. So let's say mother gives some to them. Okay, numéro 2. Mets-tu la nappe sur la table? Do you place the tablecloth on the table? So what can we replace there? Well, we've got la nappe, which would be la, and sur la table, prepositional phrase. So sur and a noun, that would be replaced by y. Is this the correct order according to our chart? Yes. So we just fit them right into the question as we answer it. Mets-tu la nappe? So oui, je la y mets. I place it there. Or I put it there. Okay, and the A is gone. When you put it next to the Y, you do the L apostrophe. Okay, I put it there. Numéro 3. Est-ce que le professeur remet les devoirs aux élèves? Does the professor hand the homework back to the students? Remet is to hand back. So what do we replace? Well, we've got les devoirs, which can be replaced by les, and aux élèves, and a group of people, so we've got leur. That's the order that we want them in. Les comes before leur. So to answer the question, oui, le professeur, il, les, leur, that's an R, remet. Okay? He hands them back to them. See, it doesn't sound very good in English. So he hands them the homework back to them, the students. Okay? Let's go on to numéro 4. Le garçon apporte le café aux clients après leur dîner. Does the waiter bring coffee to the customers after their dinner? So what are we going to replace? Well, we've got le café, and that would be le, and you've got au client, and that's and a person, so we would need leur. You could probably technically replace après le dîner. No, that really isn't a there. That would not work to be replaced by e, and I don't even know how you would do 3. I've never even heard of that. So for all intents and purposes, although après le dîner is a prepositional phrase, it cannot be replaced by e in this sentence. So what is the order? We've got le and leur. We want to say, yes, he brings it to them. Il, that's le garçon. Le, leur, apporte. He brings it to them. And then you could put après leur dîner at the end there. Numéro 5. Écoutes-tu chaque jour des cassettes au labo de langue? Do you listen to the cassettes each day in the language lab? So this is a bit dated because we don't really use cassettes much anymore. But what can we replace here? We've got des cassettes, de, and a noun would be replaced by un. And au labo des langues, we have a and a place in the laboratory, the language lab. So we could do e to replace that. Oui. What is the order though? E has to be first and en has to be second. So I'm going to have to change that order around when I actually put them back into the sentence. So, do you listen to the tapes in the language lab? Yes, I. And then we're going to do it that way. Listen to them. There. J'y en écoute. I listen to them there. Numéro 6. Est-ce que tu me donnes cette bague? Are you giving me that ring? Okay, what can we replace? Well, we've got me in there already, but when I answer the question, I had to change me to te, right? Because I'm saying, do you give it to me? Yes, I give it to you. So we've got to go to te. And then what else? Cette bague. which would be la. Set shows it's feminine. Is that in the right order? Yes. Me tenez-vous devant le lalet? So, oui, je te la donne. Yes, I give it to you. Okay, let's go on. Numéro 7. Aimez-vous admirer les tableaux au musée? Do you like to admire the pictures or the paintings in the museum? So what could we do with that? We've got les tableaux, direct object, replace it with les, and au musée, we have a prepositional phrase with a place, so we can use e. Is that in the right order? If you look at your chart, you'll see it is. So do I like to admire the paintings in the museum? Yes, I like to admire them. So the I like comes first, right? And then I'm admiring them. So the les and the e go with the admirer. Les y admirer. I like to admire them there. Because I'm admiring them there. Now I'm not liking them there. I might like them there too, but that's not the point. That goes with admirer. Okay? Numéro 8. Est-ce que Frédéric te montre les photos de ses vacances? Okay, here again we have a te in there. So if I'm being asked a question with te, does Frederick show you the photos of his vacation? Then when I answer, I say, yes, he shows me. So te goes to me when I answer the question, right? And then we have les photos de ses vacances. That is one phrase. You cannot break that up. Les photos de ses vacances, de ses vacances, the photos of his vacation, can't separate those, so you've got to leave that as les, and it replaces the whole phrase. Les photos de ses vacances. So does he show you the photos? Yes, he shows them to me. He shows them to me. Il me les montre. 9. Maman, vas-tu nous servir du beefsteak ce soir? Mom, are you going to serve us some steak this evening? Here again we have to answer the question. So what does Mom say? Yes, I'm going to serve you. So nous becomes vous when you answer. I'm going to serve you. And then we've got du beefsteak. What would that be replaced by? It's a partitive with de, so we can use en. Is that in the right order? Yes, it is. So maman says, oui, je, where does all this go? I'm serving it to you, right? I'm going to serve it to you. So again, those pronouns go before the infinitive, just like we saw in class. Numéro 10. Est-ce que je dois donner ces lettres au facteur ce matin? Do I have to give or must I give these letters to the postman, the mail carrier, this morning? What can we replace? I'm going to have to squeeze that in that little space right there, but we can do it. Ces lettres would be les, right? And au facteur, we have a and a person, so we have to use lui. Is that in the right order? Yes. But I've got two verbs. So, must I do that? Yes. You're answering the question. So if you're asking, do I have to do that? You're answering yes, you have to do that. So our subject is tu in this case. Tu dois, you have to. What's our verb? Done? Donner? So you have to give them to him. Tu dois les lui donner. Tu dois les lui donner. Okay. As you work on your exercises in the activity manual, take your time and do it step by step just like we did it. Look at the sentence and figure out which pronouns you need first. Then put them in the correct order. Then either answer the question or rewrite the sentence, depending on what the activity is asking you to do, with the pronouns in the right positions. Okay? It might seem confusing, but I hope not. If you go step by step, I think you'll find that it's very logical and methodical, and you just plug it in. Plug it in the right spots. Okay? Give me an email, shoot me an email, or give me a call if you have any questions about this. And that will conclude 4G. Au revoir.